Stellar Moments of Humankind is a collection of historical stories by Stefan Zweig, first published in 1927. Each tale captures a key moment where one person's actions or a single event changes history. The second story, the Elegy of Marienbad, tells of an emotional episode in the life of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a famous German writer, in 1823. The story opens in the summer of 1823 in Marienbad, a peaceful spa town in what is now the Czech Republic. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe is 74 years old and a literary giant in Europe. His works, like Faust and The Sorrows of Young Werther, have made him famous, but age has slowed him down. His health is poor, with aching joints and fading strength, and he feels his creative fire has dimmed. He arrives in Marienbad to drink the mineral waters and rest, seeking a quiet break from his busy life in Weimar. Goethe is a deep thinker, often serious and distant, and he expects this trip to be uneventful, a simple pause to recover. Everything changes when he meets Ulrike von Levetzow, a 19-year-old girl bursting with youth and charm. She is vacationing with her mother and sisters, part of a wealthy, respected family. They cross paths at a social gathering in Marienbad, where rich people come to relax and meet others. Ulrike's lively spirit and warm smile catch Goethe's attention immediately. For a man who has spent his life writing about love and passion, this meeting feels like fate. He starts joining her family for walks and conversations, drawn to Ulrike's energy. Despite their 55-year age gap, Goethe feels his heart stir in a way he thought was lost forever. Zweig paints a vivid picture of Goethe's transformation. Love reawakens him, pulling him out of his gloom. He thought his heart was too old for such emotions, but Ulrike proves him wrong. They stroll through Marienbad's gardens, shaded by trees and filled with flowers, and he listens to her talk about her life. At evening events, he dances with her, his steps clumsy but joyful. His friends notice the change. Goethe, usually so reserved, now laughs and glows with life. Ulrike enjoys his company too, but her feelings are different. She sees him as a wise, friendly figure, not a romantic partner. She doesn't realize how much he adores her. As summer unfolds, Goethe's love deepens. He writes short poems for Ulrike, pouring his feelings into words. Inside, he wrestles with doubt. He knows he's old, with gray hair and a frail body, while she is young and full of possibilities. Society would judge them harshly. People already whisper about his attention to her. Yet his heart overrides his reason. He imagines a future together, a wild hope that grows stronger each day. Finally, he decides to act. He wants to marry Ulrike. This choice shocks him too. He was married decades ago, and his wife died long before. His children are adults, older than Ulrike. Still, he approaches her mother, nervously asking permission to propose. She hesitates, unsure how to respond to such an unusual request from a man so famous. The answer doesn't come as Goethe dreams. Ulrike's family discusses it and decides the match isn't right. The age difference is too vast and Ulrike's future lies elsewhere. She likes Goethe but doesn't love him romantically. When she says no, it's gentle but firm. Goethe's world crumbles. Rejection stings and he feels foolish for hoping. The shame is heavy. He imagines people laughing at the old man chasing a young girl. Unable to face Marienbad any longer, he leaves abruptly, avoiding goodbyes. His friends see the pain in his eyes as he boards the carriage back to Weimar, but he stays silent about his broken heart. At home, Goethe sinks into despair. The house feels empty and memories of Ulrike haunt him. He sits for hours, staring at nothing, replaying their time together. He wonders if he was wrong to let himself feel so much. But then, one sleepless night, inspiration strikes. He grabs his pen and his emotions spill onto the page. In a few intense hours, he writes the Marienbad Elegy, a poem of breathtaking beauty. It captures his love for Ulrike, the brief joy she brought, and the deep sorrow of losing her. It also reflects his struggle with aging, his body failing, yet his spirit still yearning. Zweig calls this a miracle. From pain, Goethe crafts something eternal. The Marienbad Elegy becomes one of his masterpieces. After his death in 1832, readers embrace it, moved by its raw emotion. It reveals a Goethe few knew, a man vulnerable and passionate, even in old age. Zweig labels this a stellar moment because it birthed a work that outlived its creator. Without Ulrike's rejection, the poem might never have existed. His unreturned love fueled a creative burst that stunned the literary world. Scholars later study it, seeing how it blends personal grief with universal themes of time and longing. Zweig explores the story's deeper meaning. Goethe's love renewed him, even if it ended in tears. In Marienbad's elegant society, where people gossiped and watched each other, his feelings stood out. They showed that age doesn't stop the heart from dreaming. Ulrike didn't return his love, but she gave him a gift, the chance to feel alive and create again. This wasn't just a failed romance, it was a spark for genius. Zweig's writing pulls readers in, letting them feel Goethe's excitement, then his hurt, and finally his triumph as he turns loss into art. The story also highlights how small moments ripple outward. A spa trip and a chance meeting seem minor, but they led to a poem that touched countless lives. Goethe's health kept declining, and he died 9 years later, but the Marienbad elegy endured. It's still read today, taught in schools, and admired for its honesty. Zweig argues that history isn't only about big events, it's about human souls too. Goethe's love for Ulrike, though brief, left a lasting mark, proving that even late in life, a person can shine brightly. In the end, the Elegy of Marienbad shows how one encounter can reshape a destiny. Goethe's story teaches that pain can become strength, and love, even unshared, can inspire greatness. It tells it with passion, making readers feel they're walking beside Goethe, from the gardens of Marienbad to his quiet desk in Weimar. It's a tale of a man who dared to love, and through that, gave the world a treasure.